Perfect. It was perfect. I describe it as like a tennis match. It's like everybody in the room is bringing their A game, and it was like just a volley, very simple, very easy. We fell right into it. No, I didn't know anybody, and it was just lovely to sort of be in a space where everybody came open,
Yeah.
and ready to play, and with no drama at all.
It was a very entertaining group of people.
Yes, it
I have to
was.
say that
It
was
was fun.
there were some really fun times on this movie. Tiffany sort of, I felt like, really set the mood for, Tiffany and Rose really set the mood for the.
Comes from the top down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really does come from the top down. And if it's cool people at the top, you can have a good experience.
Tiffany would have
yeah,
potluck dinners every Sunday at her spot. That's a lovely thing to do to build
yeah, that's it.
the spirit and to build camaraderie, and it makes it easier when you have to have chemistry on screen. I just, it's a new day. It's a new conversation. It's a conversation that we need to be having, and at the forefront. I think women should be running everything. We've had hundreds of years of men mucking it up. So this is a movie that launches that for me. Let them run everything.
Wow. I can't wait to leave today and run everything. I can't wait. I did improvise a few lines, and some of them made it in, but not that, I recognized two lines that I recognized that I threw in there, and they made it to the movie. But I just like that. I think Miguel, the director, was just really brilliant. He did The Good Girl. He's done some great movies, and I do like that he. I think he started filming one time when I was just sort of. I didn't know the camera was on. I was sort of filming. I was sort of staring off into the. I don't know. I was staring like I'm, some sort of fly on the wall, whatever. And I like that he sort of filmed me doing that, and so to show like how someone who was really not present at certain moments. Like I don't know. He's sort of a genius that way.
You find your tribe when you're open. It happens when it happens. You know what I mean? Like, release the expectation and just be present so that when it shows up, it shows up. I have lots of ride or dies, who I met through, most of them I met in high school and college, but I've picked up a few along the way outside of that too. So it's what you're open to, I think.
Yeah, I always find that my ride or dies there's one like commonality, that you always like the person, like if I'm getting my hair shampooed at like a hair salon, and the woman I hit it off with next to me, whatever, I always find like people I really hit it off with always have animals. They always have like they're animal people, and it's always sort of comedy people. It's always sort of more people with a sense of humor usually.
Acting allows for one to explore other points of view through developing a character that might not necessarily be your own. And I think for myself, I know for myself that that's expanded my mind and has allowed me to be open in lots of ways that I would otherwise not be had I not been able to experience these people by getting inside of them.
No, I completely agree with you, because I think that if you're an insecure person, and I have admitted to people in other interviews that I sort of am even insecure as an older person still, but I do find that it's much easier to be an insecure person in a movie and fully explore what that would feel like. And I mean, fully sort of admit to it, than it is to be, an actress admitting to it.
My phone, lotion, and lip balm.
I have this medallion that my dad, my dad passed away a few years ago, but I have a medallion that he got at, when he went to Harvard. It was like he was a member of this thing called the Speak Club, and I keep that in there, and I always have my peppermint gum and my like you say, the phone, and a giant hairbrush, and
That's 5 things.
some vegan chocolate, and
They let me know I'm not alone. I can always call and know that when I'm feeling at my lowest and the most alone, I am not actually. I am not alone.
yeah. I was going through something really weird this week, and I called up this friend of mine, and they're very young, and I was just sort of I ended up not wanting to tell them about it, but that somehow I ended up telling them about it, and I was sort of blown away that sometimes a very young person, actually young people nowadays are so advanced, they're so above and beyond what I think of who I was, when I was in my 20s. But this person gave me the most amazing advice, and it was really late at night, and they were like, just call me back if you don't feel good. And I was just like, this is outrageous. Like, I'm like this young kid is like giving me advice on how to get out of this rut.
Out of the
And
mouths of
it
babes,
worked,
honey,
and it
out of the mouths
worked,
of
and it
babes.
worked. I didn't have to call them back, but I was just like, kept looking at going like, oh my God, this world is changing for the better. I have to say, these young people are
These little whippersnappers.
they are. I'm very, very excited about the new generation coming up the pike. They are really exceptional.